Good morning. Good morning. Today we read Luke 9:46 through 48. An argument arose among the disciples as to which of them was the greatest. But Jesus, knowing the reasoning of their hearts, took a child and put him by his side and said to them, "Whoever receives this child in my name receives me, and whoever receives me receives him who sent me. For he who is least among you all is the one who is great." So the least shall be the greatest, the last shall be first. Jesus flips our normal human reasoning. Everything is the opposite of the way we think it should be. We think that great people should run the place, run the world, run the business, run the church, run the school, run whatever it is. And we think that the slackers should not run the place. And Jesus says, we're going to flip it all over. How does that make any sense? Well, it makes sense because in the kingdom of God, everything is different. Everything is flipped over. Everything is backwards. Everything is reversed from the way that our sinful condition assumes it should be. And so we look at things and say, well, this is how it got to be. This is how it is. And Jesus says, no, that's not how it has to be. It might be how it is, but that's not how it could be. Let's change it. Let's make it different. Let's make it unusual. And so in the kingdom of God, everything flips over. Everything changes. Everything's upside down and backwards. And that's all a good thing. Now, it doesn't sound so good if you're the leading citizen of the town and have a lot of money and, are living on top of the pile, as it were. You think, well, wait a minute, if they flip everything over, I'll be on the bottom. Well, that could be. You just have to trust Jesus, I guess. And whoever receives a child receives him and receives him, the one who sent him, God the Father. So whoever receives a child, what in the world does that mean? Whoever is welcoming to those who are least. It might not be an actual child, but you meet the street people, and some of them are very bright, and some of them are very childlike. And, as you're talking to them and trying to help them, you see all manner of people and all the range of people. And so if you're going to receive the least, the ones who are not important, the ones who society shoves aside, like children, like immigrant children, frankly, like the homeless. Many of the homeless are people who just get caught in a situation where they don't have a cash flow to pay the rent, and all of a sudden they're out. And when they're out with no cash, they have nowhere to go, and so they just drift around the streets. And everybody's scared of the homeless, but most of them aren't going to hurt you. They're just trying to stay warm and fed. And that's all they want, is a warm place to sleep and something to eat. That's all any of us want. And they need that too. Society just says, oh, they're dirty drug addicts and they're criminals and they're going to try to kill you. No, they're not. Okay? Every once in a while, there might be one who's got a mental illness and who attacks, but that would be very, very rare. Most of the homeless are not going to hurt you. They're not going to try to kill you. They're not going to give you diseases. They're just good people who are down on their luck. And so they need, want, and deserve respect. Treat them like human beings, and they deserve, to come in and get warm and to have a little a little compassion showed their way, and then they will be all right. It's like that with this child. Whoever receives this child, whoever receives this homeless family, whoever receives these people who come begging for help just paying the rent, whoever receives them is doing the will of Jesus. Keep that in mind today and look around you and see who it is that society just pushes to the edges and you might not even notice, but they're there. See if you can find them. See you tomorrow.